This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for February 4, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, 16-year-old shot and injured by gunmen. A 16-year-old boy has been hospitalized after he was shot and injured by gunmen on Red Hills Road in St. Andrews Saturday morning. The Kingston High School student was reportedly shot around 9:30 a.m. Reports are that the teenager was standing in his yard with his nephew when men opened fire. The men then reportedly entered the yard where the teen resides and shot him. The student's condition is unknown at this time. B.G. Stout's son could face a 20-year sentence for slaying wife. Jamaican-born U.S. Air Force Major Andre McDonald, son of 67-year-old businessman Everton B.G. Stout McDonald, was found guilty of manslaughter yesterday in a Texas court for the 2019 death of his wife Andreen McDonald. The elder McDonald, who is accused of killing his wives in Jamaica, is currently in custody and is scheduled to stand trial in September for the murder of his second wife. The long-awaited trial involving his 40-year-old son began on January 23, 2023. The jury deliberation began on Thursday and continued into yesterday. However, after more than 10 hours, the foreman informed the trial judge that the 12-member jury could not arrive at a unanimous verdict of guilty or not guilty for the charge of murder. It was all smiles among the accused and his defense team who patted him on his shoulder. The jury was sent back and after 2 hours unanimously returned with a guilty verdict for manslaughter, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. A sentencing is expected to be handed down next week, the judge announced. Andreen, 29, who was also born in Jamaica, was first reported missing on March 1, 2019. Investigators found an axe, hatchet, and heavy-duty work gloves at the McDonald's home. McDonald was initially arrested March 2, accused of tampering with evidence, but was released April 3 after his bail was reduced to US $300,000. Officials determined that remains found on July 11, about 10 miles from the couple's house, were those of Andreen. Bexar County Sheriff arrested and charged McDonald with murder on July 13. During the trial, McDonald, in his own testimony, detailed how he knocked and kicked his wife until she stopped breathing and then disposed her body. When she got the second kick, I think I heard some type of wheezing coming out of her, he told the court. He said he was not the aggressor and said he was defending himself because she was bigger than he is and she is pretty strong. When she was attacking me, I was basically trying to defend myself, McDonald said. The court also heard the couple's 7-year-old daughter witnessed the incident. B.G. Stout and the co-accused Oscar Barnes are charged with the 2020 murder of his second wife, Tonya, and are to be tried on September 18, 2023. The trial judge, Justice Vinette Graham Allen, has outlined that the jury trial is expected to last 7 weeks. The prosecution intends to call 25 witnesses, while McDonald's defense team intends to call 7. Attorney Ernest Davis, who is representing Barnes, intends to call 2 witnesses, including the accused. Barnes is out on bail. A trial readiness hearing has been set for June 16, 2023. Graham Allen, at the last case management hearing, suggested that McDonald be tried for the 2009 murder of his first wife, Marlene, on January 25, 2024. Jamaica working with international partners to track gun smugglers, says DBP Bailey. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey, who is in charge of the crime portfolio, has declared that the police remain resolute in apprehending those responsible for sending illegal guns to Jamaica. His comment follows the seizure of 59 firearms on Friday at the wharf in Montego Bay, St. James. The weapons include 5 high-powered rifles and 54 handguns. The authorities also seized 101 rounds of ammunition. DCP Bailey told the news that the investigation of the recent shipments of illegal guns is continuing, and we believe that at the end of the day, we will successfully prosecute those who are behind sending these illegal weapons.
The investigation in relation to both fines continues, and we believe that at the end of the day, we will successfully prosecute those who are behind sending these illegal weapons. These weapons are weapons of destruction. They are not sent to shoot birds, they are sent to shoot human beings. And when you consider within the past 2 or 3 weeks, we have seized in excess of 85 firearms. We do not manufacture firearms in Jamaica. When we consider the destruction that these firearms can cause, we are really appealing to the public that whenever you get information regarding firearms, tell us. We will do the necessary in identifying and locating those who are responsible. People who send firearms to Jamaica are people who have evil intent to destroy and to create mayhem in our society. But we continue to pursue them, and we are working very closely with our international partners, and we promise that we are going to find these people.
Man shot and injured in 100 Lane Red Hills Road shooting. A man was shot and injured after gunmen fired several shots into premises popularly known as Big Yard at 100 Lane off Red Hills Road. The shooting took place about 9:15 this morning. The injured man was transported to the hospital. The extent of his injuries is unknown. An eyewitness told the news that the man walked unattended to the vehicle that transported him to the hospital. The police were on the scene carrying out investigations. St. Elizabeth fisherman sentenced to over 12 years in prison for US $40 million cocaine. A 42-year-old St. Elizabeth fisherman was yesterday sentenced to an accumulated 12 years in prison in the Home Circuit Court after being convicted on drug-related charges. Daniel Hansen was sentenced after he pleaded guilty to 3 counts of breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act, which he was charged with in 2021. He was arrested along with 2 other men on Monday, November 22, 2021 at about 9 p.m. after the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard intercepted a fishing boat off the coast of Black River, St. Elizabeth, on which they were traveling with approximately 812 kilograms of cocaine. The Jamaica Constabulary Forces Narcotics Division investigated the incident and charged all 3 with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, importing cocaine, trafficking cocaine, and being part of a criminal organization. Hansen pleaded guilty to possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, and importing cocaine, and received the sentencing amounting to 12 years and 2 months. He may, however, spend a maximum of 7 years and 7 months in prison, as some of the sentences are to run consecutively. Charges against the other 2 men were withdrawn. The drug the men were charged for had an estimated street value of over US $40 million. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.